Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm back doing a review of MTV Ghosted, Season 2, Episode 3, the episode of Mariah and James. Alright, so we got Mariah. Mariah lives in Virginia, and she was working in a Cheesecake Factory. And it was the summer of 2017. And she was there. She met a guy named James. They've been good friends at the Cheesecake Factory. They were good friends. They been talking. They been chilling and all that stuff like that. And then in 2018, they started really getting closer. Now, at the time, she was dealing with someone else, and she realized that relationship with that person she was dealing with was not going to continue. It wasn't going well, and she realized she should have really been done with that relationship, and should have ended it before she got with James. But it was an overlap between her being with her ex-boyfriend and dating James. So James gave an ultimatum and said, "Listen, if we're gonna be continuing the relationship, you gotta end it with the ex-boyfriend." Now, since she was on the last leg with her ex-boyfriend anyway, she didn't take it as, okay, whatever, he gave me an ultimatum, something like that. Don't give me no ultimatum, like, I do what I want. But she was ready trying to get out the relationship anyway. So she said, you know what, it is what it is. She's gonna end it with him. So got with James. So it's from 2018, and they were starting dating. So it's like a little over a year they had been dating. And he ghosted her in December 2019. So I said, oh, okay. Yeah, it was around that time. Like almost a year. They been starting dating. And no, they were starting cool and talking in 2018. I think 2019 in January they started to become official because they wanted to end it. She ended with the relationship. And then 2019 of that year, before the year's up, he ghosted her. So it was almost a year relationship. Basically a year, you could say. And it wasn't much information to go on because they work as friends. They were co-workers at the Cheesecake Factory. I said, oh, co-workers. Sometimes it could be a hit and miss dealing with co-workers at the job. Most people say you cannot date your co-workers. Don't ish where you eat at. Like, you know what that means? That means don't do dirt with the co-workers where you go where you work at and you make your bread from, because it would cause issues and drama, and I guess it was. So they was friends, co-workers. They started dating. She was with her ex. He gave her an ultimatum to break it off. They broke it off. She started dating him. They've been good, hanging out, all that stuff for a year. And then 2019 of December, he ghosted her. It was one night. They was cuddling. They was chilling. He said he had to go home. He had to go home because they had to work the morning. They worked the morning shift the next day. So the morning shift, she's at the work. He was not there. So she realized what's going on. She realized he called out. So she texting him and texting him on stuff. He not responding. To the while that he started blocking her number and her message was not going through. And then she was hitting him on Instagram. The message was not going through. So blocking on social media. I said, what's going on? So they gonna start investigation. But it wasn't much an investigation to go for because she didn't really give much information to go from, just for the timeline. So they said it was theories they came up with. One theory Travis came up with was just like, okay, that's crazy theory. But hey, we don't know. It could be a possibility. It was a lot of money he could spend. Because it was around the time, the holiday time, it's Christmas time, December. Her birthday's in January. The anniversary was in January. Then next month could be Valentine's Day. So it's a lot of gifts he had to be spending for her. And I mean, it could be a couple. So maybe buying gifts was the issue. He working, but spending all that money with all this extra stuff coming around the holidays and New Year's and the birthday and the anniversary all around the same time. That would be too much. So that's probably one reason why he goes to her. And another theory they came up with is that the jealous ex-boyfriend. Because, she said she didn't really get along with the ex-boyfriend as much because he could probably be the one jealous one who wanted to end it, who can't let it go, and probably scared James off. tell him, say, listen, this is mine. You stole her from me, and she can't have no one but me. So what we gonna do, brother? Cause listen, that's mine, and I'm not gonna let this go. And I probably scared James away. So that could be another reason. Okay, so they messaged James, and James did not respond. He saw the message, but he never responded. I said, okay, so you see the message and you never respond. What's going on here? You don't want to be stalking them? Excuse me. Oh, no, y'all, I don't got it, y'all. So, then they messaged some friends that Mariah is close to, Deja and Lindsay. They both agreed to join the chat. So they both talked to Travis and Rachel. And they say yes, they know Mariah, they know James, they all worked at the Cheesecake Factory together. And it was cool. They started dating. And they really had no really bad or arguments and stuff like that. They looked like they were really getting along together. So it was surprised and shocking why he that he ghosted her. It was shocking to them that he ghosted her because they was good, and they did say they got followed by the jealous ex-boyfriend one day, and he was realized who was that, and Mariah said that's my ex-boyfriend and stuff, and he said who you with, what's all that stuff going on. They followed him, so yeah, crazy stalker. Next minute on this, Lindsay, she was mostly the one who was doing talking. She said that maybe reach out to Jess. Jess knows James longer than the rest of us, so maybe she will have more information of the reason maybe why he ghosted Mariah. So they reached out to Jess. Jess responded. Jess said he may have his eyes on someone else. It was a woman named Annie that he was talking to, or at least good friends with, before he got with Mariah. And they didn't really get serious and deep until after Mariah, after he left Mariah. So, and he reposted a lot of pictures with those two together, Annie and James. And they said, where you get these pictures at? Because we didn't see none of those. They say Snapchat. So they say, can you share the Snapchat and everything? And they had a recent picture that was like yesterday of that time. And it was a picture of Annie and a Snapchat. So they was like, oh, okay. We're along with that. So they took Mariah, they talked to Mariah and gave her the update. And they said maybe Jess mentioned that Annie could be the reason. And she said, oh. Because she said she knows something about like Annie. She didn't know what level what their friendship was. She know they was good friends and stuff like that, but what level was it deeper than that? Whatever's going on, they was dating with me, or she don't know her seriousness of James and Annie. And she recognized Annie. She said that's definitely her in the picture. So they was like, listen, we gotta get James. He's the only one who can really give us the answers and stuff like that. So James finally did respond. And he said, sure, call me, and all that stuff. And he said, call me. And then Travis and Rachel was talking to him. And he was like, oh, okay, it's Mariah. It's good, yeah, we good friends. We work together and stuff like that. Now, they added a theory is that maybe he was hooking up with other female. That was not Mariah. That's another theory. And also was something that Rachel brought up. It was say while he was talking to them, he still mentioned that it was something that Mariah did that made me ghost her. And said, what was it? So Rachel made him like maybe it could be something sexual. Maybe she didn't like the performance or whatever. It was something sexual. He was not comfortable saying it on TV because remember the last ghost situation of that guy? He ghosted the Latino woman because they had too much sex and it was sex too much and it was too much going on and all that stuff and he couldn't stop. She was doing too much and he couldn't take in all that sexual activities. So he ghosted her. So maybe that could be another reason why. It could be another continuation, another person who will say the same thing. They have too much sex. But that was that. Sexual. So that was all the theories they came up with. So he said he was not comfortable. And he seemed like he was very respectable. He said yes, he agreed to talk to Mariah. But he was not comfortable talking to Rachel and Travis alone. He agreed to go on to the video chat to talk to Mariah. So I said, they cool. They set up the time, 4 o'clock. He agreed with it. So the confrontation. Now I remember saying, if y'all know the setup, the haunted reach out the show, and then they do an investigation. They try and find the ghost who did the ghosting, and then they have a confrontation. The haunted confront the ghosted. The ghosted explain why they ghosted the person, and then they go at the end and see if they want to make up or they will stay ghost. If one person say ghost, then it's done. All right. So the confrontation is, she said, "What's going on?" I said, "We was good friends. You could have talked to me. What was that? All stuff dating. I just want to know. I just killing me, knowing the reason why you ghosted me." Now, he first said he ghosted her because she was comparing him a lot to her ex-boyfriend. And also the bedroom to say, "Oh, well, you don't make me feel good like my ex-boyfriend," whatever she said. I don't get the whole exact word, but you don't make me come on, you don't make me doing stuff like my ex-boyfriend did. Now, he said that's the reason why he ghosted her. So I said, oh, that's it. Even Rachel or somebody or Travis texted each other and said, "Oh, that's the reason that he ghosted her." I was saying, damn, that's just like a basic, boring ass reason why you would ghost someone. Like, you just couldn't talk to her. You say, "Listen, no one would come in and go comparing to me to your ex boyfriend." But some guys, their egos get the best of them. Because when you tell them how your ex boyfriend is doing this and you not doing this, satisfying them, that will hurt your soul. Most men, their ego will be crushed. Most men will say, "Okay, whatever. I find somebody else who like it. So it is what it is." But most men who got things like, listen, they have a hard time with that. Okay? There's got to be a competition. They have a hard time with that. But, so she was taking it, she said, okay, maybe I could take some responsibility because maybe I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have compared you to him a lot. And I was in my past. Maybe we should have talked about it. So she was taking some responsibility. She was taking like some of the reason, and she was accepting that maybe she was a part of why he would go so, because she couldn't stop comparing him. I said, okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of people don't like to be compared to your ex and stuff like that. But Rachel realized she needed to talk to him in private. And she said, real trait of her, she's a lawyer. She realized you hiding something, the real reason why you is ghosting her. You're not really telling the whole truth. And he said, yeah, you're right. I'm not telling the truth. I'm not telling the truth. I said, cool. They got back together. He said the real reason why he ghosted her was because he was cheating and was seeing other females while on the last little leg of their relationship. I was like, oh my gosh. A typical cheater, a typical douchebag, a typical boy. Like, okay, you cheated on her. If you wanted to see other females, you could have just told her that you want dump polish like that. Now, she's hurt because she was like, listen, we was friends. It's not like that she was their boyfriends, but we was friends and boyfriend, and we became lovers, and then you do this to me, like you cheat on me. And the person he was cheating with was other females at the same work location that he met her with. And then basically he said that he liked Mariah. She was a good look. He wanted to hook up with her. He didn't come in with the best intention. He came in just to sleep with her, basically. And fed her thinking that it was going to be a whole full relationship, which he did pursue a relationship with. But it was a mostly relationship sexually. But then you go try and blame her for the real reason why you ghosted her was just that you was a dog and you was a cheater. And other females that she know at the location. I said, damn, you is collecting every females at the same location, work factory. Need to put your picture on the thing. Do not date this man. He is a serious cheater. Like something like oh my gosh. So Mariah was done with it. She left the chat. She said, you know what? I can't do with this. I'm not. Rachel wanted her to have a female power moment to curse about. But she was done. She was crushed. She said, this is my friend, boyfriend who did this to me. And then you going to try to blame me for the reason why you cheated? She clicked off it. She did not want to come back to have a final conversation or have that final makeup. We really know her where she stands. She gonna stay ghosted with the guy. He goes, she goes, she was done with that. 3 months later, she said she working a lot. She's not dating anyone. She's working at a Cheesecake Factory. They said, hold up, the same one? She said, no, a different location, different managers, different co-workers. Yes, she is staying to herself. She's working a lot. She don't got time. He did contact her, I think, a few weeks after the conversation they had, and she didn't respond. She was not dealing with that. I was like, yeah. I was like, really, guy? Like, I mean, that was a basic, boring ass excuse, but at the same time, that's like kind of normal. You could have just said you cheated. It is what it is. Don't try to make it. That's what cheaters do. They will blame you for their shortcomings and for them cheating, and just want to blame you and get your all hurt and your feelings and your emotions all messed up for you to not be upfront and say that you were cheating on her. Alright, that was MTV Ghosted. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how you feel. And I'll talk to y'all later. Alright, peace.